Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES right now. What you'll see is an early reaction here to prices above the previous session's high. We have a downtrend that's in play, so failed new highs have been the way to go here in a downtrending market. Look for a previous high, a reaction, and a push back down into the current trend, and that's basically what's playing out here. The previous session we didn't have the biggest range day. It was a very modest range for the most part, boxy trading range, so again that could provide an outside day potential. So to fail here at 44.50 could open up the potential for an outside day down and maybe a move as low as 4,400 by the end of the day. So we could be looking at a 50 to 55 point range here if that plays out in full swing. So watching to see how price responds here off the 44.50s, already showing rejection for a shot at the other side of the range. If we take a look here at the NQ, similar price action, a little bit of a reaction of prices above the previous session's highs and now pushing back into the previous day's range modestly at the moment. Through the midpoint opens up an outside day down. Today could be looking at a range of about 250 to 300 points of range. So from the current high of the day, you can then point down about 300 points. That might give you the far end. 250 might get you the close end. So 250 points would be about 14,900. 14,900 would be right about here. That'd be about a 250 to potentially as much as 400 points, 300 point move. So again, from here down, easily an outside day down could be in play. Do we go 2-day narrow range once we get to the other side of the range? That is obviously in play as well, given the fact that we could be in a holding pattern ahead of bigger news ahead this week. We do have consumer confidence today and JOLTS job openings after the RTH open, but really Wednesday we get GDP prior to the RTH open, in addition to ADP non-farm employment change. We'll also be getting non-farm payrolls next on Friday, which is the first trading day of September. Additionally, core PCE initial jobless claims on Thursday, so heavier on the economic cycle as we go into the rest of the week. So this week, or rather the first 2 days of the week here, could be fading back to the previous session's low, bouncing and holding within a 2-day range ahead of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday action. And things may go quieter into Friday afternoon as we head into the holiday extended weekend with Labor Day coming up. All right, let's take a look here at the crude oil chart. Right now, crude oil showing a continued battle here with the 70 half level. It's an inside day at the moment, but really kind of a 2-day range here that's developed. An upside move that's played out so far. It doesn't appear as this market wants to go down right now. It's had trouble getting going to the downside. Everything's played out perfectly for it to go lower until really this day here. This day was a transition day that just couldn't finish out. Then you had a tweezer bottom, a perfect double bottom there that led to strength, and we can see how this thing is lifted back up. And right now, building some energy here. I mean, if it can hold on, we could still see failed new lows in the upcoming days that could lead to a retest of recent highs. So right now this market's still battling here the 80 half level. 80 half still continues to be the big level there. That's the magnet for the year. That's the previous year's close price. It's the sticky level. Right now we're hanging on it. At times we tend to drop away from it before bouncing back to it. So even if we drop away from it, does it come back to it down the way? So right now still trading at it. Keeping an eye on this one right now for better directional cues. We take a look here at gold futures. You'll see here with gold not able to get through the 1950 zone just yet, at least not with a bunch of juice. At the moment it is pulling back. It is holding at these highs. So you see a little bit of a kind of an ascending pattern that's developed over the last few days. we do have obviously this big squeeze here, which took us from this lower prices up and now holding after that squeeze. So the short-term directional conviction is still up at the moment, but you need through 1950. We're kind of in this phase right here where we're building up, and soon we get the push through 1950 that opens up 2000 and just beyond. So watching for that to develop here. Until then, we could be looking at further development back and forth. Failure to hold this tail here, so failure to hold 1930, it would be quite bearish here. So right now, bulls trying to keep the short-term uptrend intact by keeping those lows in play. Eventually, again, the push through 1950 opens up the upside. Until then, we could have sideways to down action ahead. Looking at the YM, you'll see right here the YM could be developing an expanding range. We have this expanding range that's playing out right here. The previous session's high is here, previous week's high is there. A push into this zone would be ideal. The 750 to 800 zone would be ideal for a drop back down to 34 and a likely drop into 33,800. 33,800 is the next edge. 34,800 that is the key upper level. So you have that 30. That's not the level. 34.8 right here, 33.8 right there. Those are the zones right now. We're now back below. So again, even with this minor expanding range here, to come up here could provide an opportunity to trap and drop it back to here, and maybe we continue to develop in here a bit more before making the transition either down back toward 32,800 or perhaps back up to 35,800. So right now, keeping an eye on this zone. Obviously, this area of the chart right now has been heavily offered over the last couple of weeks. So any push above the previous session's high or the previous week's high could provide the best trap opportunity. Not sure if we get that at the moment, but still watching just in case. One last thing I do want to point you toward is pivotboss.com/events. We do have a site here set up for you to see what the upcoming events are in the next several weeks. If you come here, pivotboss.com/events, you can get a free month of our trading room access there. And with that, we'll also have a boot camp next week, so you can read more about that. The monthly outlook is coming out next week, so please join me for that. And then if you are part of Pivot Boss Masters, we're doing another live round of live sessions. And so if you click on any of these, you can come down here and get more information. This is the free month of trading room access. Right here is our Pivot Boss Premium Boot Camp. So this is going to show the boot camp schedule coming up next week. Next week we also have the monthly outlook. We'll discuss that. And then your live sessions for Masters. This is free for new and existing Masters members. If you're not part of Masters, you can check out a great deal here. And so this is going to tell you the schedule for the Masters up ahead. So this is going to be the live upcoming events schedule page here that we'll use to inform you all about what's coming up here in the next several weeks, and then we'll update that as we go throughout the rest of the fall. Again, a lot of great stuff coming up. You can jump right into the trading room right now for free here for the first month and be a part of our boot camp that comes up next week. Again, no additional charge. So it's going to be a lot of fun here over the next several weeks. Please check it out, pivotboss.com/events. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops here heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.